Explorers, welcome back. So this is a collab pay video. So we have $500 here, and I just guessed on what denominations I was going to need. I do have larger denominations over here. That is my Etsy pay, since I did cash it out early. So if I'm going to be condensing along the way. Excuse me. So we have 51, 120, 40, 60, 82, 220, 40, 60, 83, 320, 40, 60, 70, 80, 94, 410, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 500. Those bills did not want to glide at all. But there is 500. I don't have any additional ones, so if I need more ones like I did last time, I'm just gonna have to get them from somewhere, and I don't know. Maybe the build a savings. So, first thing, let's get the biggest ones out of the way first, so that we know we've done them. So we've got that one. Pull down the binder and the markers. Let's do. Well, I have not been scratching anything on these. I figure right now is probably a good time to give you guys an update. So I've been asked quite a bit, how's my hand doing? My hand is doing wonderful as far as the actual hand. But as I'm sure most of you have noticed, I still am really unable to use my first finger. I can straighten it no problem. But the second I go to close it, I kind of get this involuntary twitch in it, and it hurts. It feels like there's a rubber band preventing me from closing that finger all along the top. It's super tight up at the top, and that's really where the pain comes in. I have good days where right now I wake up and I have no pain at all, and it honestly feels like I've never injured it. And then as the day progresses, the swelling kind of gets increasingly bad throughout the day. And by the end of the day, at night, is when the pain hits really bad. The swelling is really bad. And I just can't use it at all. The tingling comes back. So it's been a really weird healing journey. But I'm trying really hard to use it. If I try to close it quickly, I can do that. But closing it slowly, I feel like I just lose all control of it. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and scratch this one, and we'll fulfill this one. Part of me hopes it's huge so that, we're making good progress, and part of me does not. 77. Okay, why is it on the travel one? Every single one that I hit was 200 plus. And on this one, we've only had 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that have been over $100. There has been so many small ones on this one that it makes me nervous that as we work our way down, we're going to start hitting $200 and $300 ones, because the total on this one is the same as the total on the travel one. So we got to make up that 5,000 somewhere, and that just makes me nervous. All right. Let's do this. Okay, so we're going to put 77 in here. And that's this one. I need to cut this zipper opening off already. I mean, I already broke the zipper, so we have 50, 70, 5. Do we have 3 ones? We do have 3 ones. So we'll put 80 in there. Okay, so we're going to swap out. I have hundreds next to me, so I'm going to swap these for hundreds, because I will need change when I go to cash out this Etsy money. So if I can do that now, that will give me change when I want to cash stuff that. So now let's count this because we are all paid up. So far we really haven't, we've only had one IOU in Disney because I've been doing it differently. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 20, 9, 30, 9, 31. We're only $69 away from being at 1,000. So I guess all those little numbers do add up. And I definitely want to be able to do another one on this one. But I want to get road tripped, get some in road trip. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this line right here. I'm going to pause the video so that I can look up the amounts. Okay, I am back. So we looked up the average gas price for Louisiana, Arkansas, and Iowa. So in Louisiana, it's $3.40. In Arkansas, it's $3.09. In Iowa, it's $3.70. So we're going to add those up. So we have $3.40 plus $3.09 plus $3.70. So that gives us $10.19. And then I multiply it by 10. So we're at $101. So 50, 70, 90, 101. And I'm going to cash condense this if I can, which I believe I can because I have 50s over here. I don't have any more hundreds left. I don't think I might. I don't know. But let me see. We don't count this one. So 50s, 70, 90, 100. Let me see. Do I have I do have 100. So we're going to take this 100. And then we've got $8 there. Okay. And so we'll count this in the monthly update, which I'll probably be doing after this. So we have, oh, it would be nice if we actually colored them in. And so I get asked every single video how I do this. So what I do is I just pick a state. Originally I started by using a like wheel picker that I had all of the states written into, and that would determine what state I was going to do. And then I would look up the average gas price for that state, and then I'd multiply that by 10. The way that I have this designed to work is two ways. There's a low income and like a high income. So the low income would be that you do it based off of, I said low income, right? So the low income, you would, if it was, say the gas price was $3.10, you would save $3.10. The high income, you would do it where you multiply it by the number of gallons of gas your car takes, so that for each state you're saving 1 gallon of gas. However, my car takes like 15 or 16. It takes an odd amount of gas. So I just make it easy on myself and just multiply it by 10. So if the average gas price in that state is $3.10, then I'm going to save $31. That's just how I choose to do it. You can certainly do it however you want, but it's designed to where there's two different income levels or savings levels. I do high income in both because I do it in my collab pay and in my paycheck. The only reason I do the high income version in my paycheck is because I do want to save, I want to have a good emergency fund. Otherwise, I would be doing the low income in my paycheck. So let's go ahead and scratch one on Legoland. This is going towards gas for our upcoming trip. But this is not going to be enough gas because Legoland is in Carlsbad, California, which is San Diego County. So it's further than like when we go to Disneyland. And gas prices there, for one, are way higher than they are in Anaheim. And then two, it's further. So I know whenever we go to Legoland, and then even when we go to Universal Studios, it always costs us more in gas than it does to go to Anaheim. Universal Studios, the reason it costs us more is because of the traffic. We usually get stuck in traffic for about 2 hours. And so obviously that eats a lot of gas. Because Universal Studios is only about 30 minutes difference from Anaheim. But it's just getting stuck in that LA traffic that just eats up all of our gas. So we're going to put $20 in there. We scratched a 6 and a 14. So I'll put 20 in. I did get new envelopes, so I finally have better envelopes. We have 20, 30, and 32. And this one, we are going on our trip the weekend of like November 18th. So got a couple of weeks, which should be plenty to save because this gets paid with collab pay money. And I just had another collab pay come through this morning. They're going to start like rolling in. They should at least. So this one is going to go for admission for us to do. We're going to be there all weekend in Carlsbad. But the event for Legoland is only one day, and we did not renew our passes, so we don't have Legoland passes anymore. Just because, as much as we love Legoland, it's such a pain to get to because there's really nothing else near it. Whereas, like, when we have our Disneyland and our Universal passes, we'll spend, a day at Disneyland, and then we'll drive like the 30, 45 minutes over to Universal and do some Universal, and we'll just stay the night in Anaheim because it's not inconvenient to go back and forth. But Legoland, it's like we have to spend the whole weekend there, and we usually just stay in the Legoland hotel. So I put the 20 in, and then it was 6, so 25, 26, so I'm going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll put this back for a 10. So we just decided, as much as we love Legoland, because we absolutely love Legoland, we decided it was best that we didn't renew our passes, because we just weren't using them as much as we wanted to, just because of its location. We also did not renew our Universal passes, but that's because we just got burnt out on Universal. And so we're really just waiting for Disney to put out passes again so that we can finally get those. It has officially been a year since we've had our Disney passes, and that year has sucked. It has absolutely sucked not having our Disney passes. So all that to say, this one is for admission for a second day. We haven't decided if we're going to do SeaWorld because we've never been to SeaWorld. It's only a $10 difference between SeaWorld and Legoland. So we don't know if we're going to do a second day at Legoland or if we're going to go try and do a day at SeaWorld. So that's kind of what we're between right now. It's kind of funny. We've never been to SeaWorld, but I was actually a SeaWorld media partner. I just forgot to request my tickets, and then they ended the media partner program when I went to request them. And to be quite honest, they have been really, really difficult to get a hold of because I have been trying to get a hold of them since then and have not gotten a response. So, I don't know. I thought about doing the San Diego Zoo, but I really do not like zoos at all. Did I scratch this picture? Oh, no. I thought I scratched this picture up. I'm like, how? I'm not, like, super aggressive with this. Okay. So we scratched 11. We'll just do that for right now. This one is going to go towards food. We are definitely going to need more than $100 for food. That'll be enough, obviously, for, like, the first day at Legoland and the drive there. But that's like $100 for 4 people. It's not going to be enough for a whole weekend. So I will have to do some of these more than once. And maybe I'll just do like different denominations. Okay, so on this one, this is for Lennox's budget. Because we do let the kids get something when we go to Legoland. And they usually get some kind of Lego set. Except... So the Lego sets, like, obviously everybody knows Lego brick sets, Lego sets, whatever. They are pricey. But nothing is pricier than clothing at Legoland. Oh my goodness. When we stayed in the hotel the first time, I had promised Wrigley that he could get Legoland pajamas for the Legoland hotel. boy, did I make a mistake. I spent $80-something on 2 pairs of pajamas. Just 2 basic, they're just white and they have Lego bricks all over them. He got a pair, she got a pair. $80. So we scratched a 3. I learned that day that I would prefer my kids to get Lego sets. I will admit though, like, I'm so glad we did buy them because they wear them every single time we go and stay in the hotel. So I think this time I might finally buy myself the Lego brick backpack. Every time we get ready to go to Legoland, I'm like, I wish I had that Lego brick backpack. I wish I had it because I don't have a Loungefly has never made a Lego backpack. And so every time we get ready to go, I'm like, I don't have a bag to hold my stuff. And so I end up using like an old fawn design diaper bag backpack that I have. It's just like a pink pleather backpack. I end up using one of those. And I'm like, I hate that because when I go to Universal, I have a Harry Potter backpack and then I have a Deathly Hallows like crossbody purse. So I have one of each depending on what it is that I want to carry. When I go to Disney, I have tons and tons and tons of Loungeflies to choose from based off what it is that I'm dressing for. I have different holidays. I have different characters. I have all kinds of stuff. I like to dress for the park. And when it comes to Legoland, I can't do that because I don't have anything. And Legoland, that's kind of the other thing. At Legoland, they don't have like ears or anything like that. We're really big on theme park merch. Like when we go to Disney, I have, you know, probably 200 pairs of ears. And so I have a pair of ears for literally every single outfit, and I let the kids or my husband wear whichever ones they want of mine as well. When we go to Universal, we all have wands. We kind of collect our wands, but Legoland doesn't really have anything like that. And so that's always a bummer. Let me see. So we scratched a 2 on Wrigley's. So now Wrigley's we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So every single time I'm like, man, I wish I would have bought that Lego brick backpack. And then this last time I was actually going to buy it. And then I was like, no, this is our last trip because we're not renewing our passes. So I didn't buy it. And I literally tell myself that every time. I'm like, no, I don't need it. The trip's already over. I don't need it until it gets ready to plan for the next trip. And then I'm like, I wish I'd bought it. So I've spent a whole year doing this. Literally the whole year. When I'm packing, I'm wishing I had it. And then once I'm there, I'm like, I don't want to spend the money on it. I'm already here using this one. I need to just buy it because even without my passes, we do the events. And it will get use. My only regret is that I should have bought it earlier so that, you know, I could have been using it this whole time. I don't know why I have such a hesitation with buying it. I did go ahead and finally buy, I finally bought us Legoland Spirit jerseys, my husband and I, because we do collect Spirit jerseys. So I finally pulled the trigger and bought those. So we scratched a 10 on this one. This one is going to be another one for food. So we now have $20 in this one. Let's go ahead and swap those out for a 20. Okay. This one has nothing to do with our Legoland, but I've been wanting to get the kids. If you've been here since the beginning, you know I've saved for the kids' passports before. And I didn't have a challenge before, so we just kept taking the money out of it and using it for other things we needed. But now I finally have a challenge. So we are saving for the kids' passports again. Now, how long will this money sit in this envelope once it's complete? I don't know, because it's a pain in the butt getting passports in Las Vegas. There's only one place, aside from like the post office, that you can get passports. And the post office, it's pretty much impossible to get them because they have, they only schedule up to like, I think it's like 3 months out and it's always booked. So that sucks. So, and the only other place is like one of the government buildings here. Like, I don't know. It's a pain. And the problem is, so when we went to get our passports, my husband and I, we went to the government building because I could not get an appointment on the post office at all. I checked every single location. You cannot get an appointment. So the only other place is a government building in Henderson. So I went over there to try and get mine. I was like, at least I'll get mine because my husband has to work and it's very hard for him to get up in the morning to go. They open, I think it was, they open at like 9 and they do passports until 3. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I got there at like 10 because I did my makeup and everything. I got there and it said, we are closed for passports for the day. And I was like, okay. So the next day I get up, do the same thing, get there at 9 this time. We are closed for passports of the day. I'm like, you didn't even open. So it turns out they, people start lining up to get into the building before they open. And then once they open, they only do a certain amount of passports each day. And then they close the line. So the line actually closes several hours before the building even opens. So we finally got our passports, and it was like an 8-hour day because if you make it into the line, like the actual passport line inside the building, once they open the building, they count they count how many they're doing, they bring you inside, and then you get to wait in line in there. And you wait in line in there for like an hour plus until they give you a time that you have to come back and actually do your passport that day. Yeah, it was a headache. And then once they call you back, like once your time comes and you come back, then you have to wait in line again. It was literally an entire day process, and it could be so much better. But we scratched a 24. So that's my hesitation to like going and getting them passports because I just don't want to deal with it. Like it's such a headache. So in passports, we now have $20, $30, $42, $43. So we're going to swap this 10 and these 2 5s out for a 20. The only nice thing is that their passports aren't as expensive as ours. So we had to pay like rush on ours, which was an additional like a lot. But the kids, we don't have like any trips or anything that we're needing their passports for, so I don't need to pay for rush on them. So we'll save that money. And then they're also kids, and so they get the kid prices, which is cheaper. So those 2 things are nice. This one is for flights. We don't currently have any trips planned where we need flights, but I want to get a head start on flights because I'm constantly getting partnerships that are out of state where I last minute need a flight, and a lot of times I will turn it down because flights are just too expensive or because I don't have time to save for flights, etc. And so, and then not even, sometimes I will look on Southwest and I will see like super cheap flights somewhere because we normally just do not care where we go. We will literally base where we go off of flight prices. So if I find a cheap flight somewhere, I will book it. And then I'll figure out the trip part of it. But, so I want to make sure that I have money to be able to do that. That's how we ended up going to Mall of America last year. I saw that flights were like $49. And so I was like, okay, cool. And I booked flights, and I then worked on planning the trip. I kind of do that a lot. But that's hard to do if you don't have, now that I budget, if I don't have money in there to do that. So let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10. So let's get a 10. And then let me see. I think I have a 50 over here. I do. We're going to put a 50, 20, 40, 50. So we have $56 in this one. I guess I could have checked in the other one because I think... Let me condense this because 20, 40... Oh, I guess I couldn't. I thought I could. I'm trying to keep all of the little, like, scratchy pieces out of these envelopes because these envelopes are so nice and crystal clear. And then when they get the scratchy things in them, they just start looking dirty and dingy. And then it defeats the purpose of having the nice crystal clear ones. Okay, so we have Etsy supplies. And we have, this one says subscribe, and I'm just using this dashboard. This is some of the money from subscribe. I needed condensed bills, so it's all like small bills right now. I'm going to use this as a bill because it's not really a sinking fund and it's not a challenge. So that it's just so that I can make sure I have the money to pay my husband's laptop each month, because that payment is getting ready to be due again, and it is $390. So we're going to put in, let me see, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 310, 20, 30, 330, 350, 370, 390. So now we know there's 390 in here. That will cover this month's laptop payment. I think he only has a couple more payments. I hope. Gosh, I hope. But that is it for this binder. So let's see what else we can do. We've got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, so we've got $100 back there and then whatever's up here. So we can definitely do another one, I think. Watch, I'm going to end up with an IOU. 115. Okay. Okay. I see you. Trying to decide if I want to complete this 115. Let me see. 5, 10, 15. So 115 back there, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We obviously don't need that many ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 35, 146. I'm trying to decide what I should do. I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to see if I can go through here and maybe scratch off some more first. Oh my goodness, there's just... It's because they're all scratch offs. I need to take some like Windex to this. I know several people have said, you need to get the vacuum. I have one of those little vacuums. I hate them. I think they're so pointless. Let's go through and see if we can do some more on these. And if anything, I will knock that down to only owing 100. And we'll just put 100 in next time. So we're putting $10 in here. I should have scratched one on this one because I had already scratched 2 on this one. I should have scratched on something else, but that's okay. Kind of want to finish this one so that we can have this like pretty picture be the front of the envelope. That's why I put this one in the front, because it's just Legoland, and that way when it's complete we'll just see Legoland through. So we owe this one $10. Okay, let's swap these two 10s for a 20. So in this one we have $42. Let's do, I don't know if I should do this one. This one's going to be a big amount. Let's do it. This might be the only other one we get to do. 24. And I am scratching these ones completely because they are pictures underneath and I want to see the pictures. Okay, so 24. I'm going to try and use my finger, even though I'll regret it later today. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Let's see. 20, 40, 50. I'm going to swap that for a 50. You should see this mess of a pile of money that I have sitting over here now. So now in this one we have 50, 70, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Okay, what do we have left? Do we have enough left to actually complete the Disney one up there? I don't think so. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 105, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 100. I do have 3 ones sitting over here. I kind of want to, yeah, let's just do it. So I do have the 3 ones sitting over here, which is kind of funny because I was like, oh, you know what? I have a random 3 ones, like an odd amount because I did pay something out of the Etsy funds, which is why I had cashed it out early. So that kind of worked out perfect. I don't know. If you guys have been watching the last couple videos, it has just really worked out perfectly. So this will be 115 right here, but let's definitely cash condense this. I don't have any more hundreds, but we can do 50, 100, 10, 5, and then this will go over here since I took 100 out of there. Oh, and then I need to cash condense even further, I guess. So we have 20, 30, 45. So this is 40, or 20. So I'm going to get a 20. Okay. So now in the Disney one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $1,046. Yay. So I may actually put this into a high yield since this is a $5,000 challenge. I might open a high yield with this for the 1,000 because it's going to take a while to complete this and it might as well be earning interest. I did want to update you guys. Actually, no, I'll update you on that one in the monthly update. But yes, I think I'm going to open a high yield for our Disneyland passes, or our Disney Pass funds, because not only is it going to take us a little bit to complete this, but even if we were to complete this today, passes aren't even available to be purchased yet. So that money is going to be sitting at least until Disney releases passes again, which they haven't released passes since, April, I believe. So, yeah, we're over here waiting. And I doubt they're going to release them during the holiday season. They usually don't because that's already like a super busy time for them. They don't need annual pass holders to come in during that time. They tend to give pass holders deals and stuff and make more passes available when it's a slow part of the season. But with the holidays coming up, I just cannot see them like taking on more pass holders. It financially doesn't make sense for them, which sucks for us, but it is what it is. So obviously that money will be sitting for quite some time. So it might as well just be earning interest. So until next time, bye.